Good morning. Last Sunday in my sermon I mentioned that I was going to be watching the finals of the PGA golf tournament that Sunday afternoon. And I knew it was going to be exciting because I was going to be cheering on Phil Mickelson. Phil Mickelson had the opportunity to become the oldest person at 50 years old to ever win a major championship. It was an exciting final round, and in the end, he did it. It was so exciting watching Phil to be able to go out there and to concentrate, and he had worked so hard to be into shape. 50 years old. Actually, he was 1 month from being 51. Something no one's ever done before. And even for Phil, he hadn't won a golf tournament since 2013, 8 years before. And there he was, turning back the hands of time, going out and beating all these 20-year-olds and early 30 years old. He was magnificent, and it was so much fun to watch. You go back and think about Phil's career and all that he's accomplished. He was born and raised actually out in born in San Diego, California, raised in Scottsdale, Arizona. And it was there that he really learned how to play. In 1991, while he was still an amateur in college, he entered into the Tucson golf tournament, and he won as an amateur at 20 years old. Now he's still been winning for these last 30 years. He has now won 45 PGA Tour tournaments, which is now tied 8th for all time. He's won 6 majors, 3 Masters, 2 PGA Championships, 1 British Open. There's only one that he hadn't won, one of those 4 majors, and that's the U.S. Open. Fascinating thing is, he holds a record at the U.S. Open. He came in second 6 times. More than anybody else. 6 times. Only 5 people have won all 4 major tournaments. Gene Sarazen, Ben Hogan, Gary Player, and of course, Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods. 6 times. Phil was that close to joining that list of 5 other people. Didn't quite do it. He still is a part with 7 other players who have now won all 3 out of the 4. Only 7 of the players have done that. He's accomplished so much, and it's been fun to watch him do it. I was going back and reading about him. I didn't know, he's left-handed. He's known as Lefty. If you're not a golfer, he's known as Lefty. And the truth of the matter is, he's actually naturally right-handed. Now, his father was a golfer, and his father was teaching him how to golf, and so he went out and mirrored his father's swing. So he was trying to swing just like his dad, and so he was doing it left-handed, and that's how he became a left-handed golfer. It has stood him pretty well stead through these last 30 years. Well, in the end, it was about a week or so before the PGA was going to be played. And Phil Mickelson put out a tweet. And I want to read you what he said before the PGA golf tournament. I've failed many times in my life and career, and because of this, I've learned a lot. Instead of feeling defeated countless times, I've used it as fuel to drive me to work harder. So today, join me in accepting our failures. Let us use them to motivate us to work even harder. 6 times he came in second place at the U.S. Open. Many times he came in second place. It was fuel to work even harder, and he's continued to work to this day, becoming the oldest person ever to win a major golf tournament. To accepting our failures and realizing they don't define us. They only happen if you're out trying and risking and in the arena. Then there's a chance you're going to fail. If you don't ever do anything, I guess you never fail, except on life. That's a failure itself. No, let us learn from our failures and accept them, and we learn and we use them as fuel to try even harder. Here's to you, Phil. Congratulations.